and we will just grab a random YouTube video, Steph Curry highlights. And so this is just an example. I don't recommend doing something like this right here, but just in case, we will grab this right here. And then all you have to do is, and just as an example, we'll go ahead and use this Chrome extension up here that I showed you guys earlier. And then we will click this X up here, and then we will click 1080p and begin download. And then that video is gonna download here. All right, so now you can go ahead and click import right here, import media, and then go to your download file, and then here is the video that we downloaded. And so now in the timeline down here, you can see the video. All right, so then you wanna grab the video and you wanna pull it over here into your timeline. All right, so now what we wanna do, we can drag it and make it bigger like that, do whatever we wanna do there. And then here's the video that we have.
Curry has 14.
And so for instance, and so now we have this video right here. And so basically you can, so now you know how to put clips together, right? Because now if you had another clip that you wanted to add, right? Now you could grab that other clip, import it again, just like we did, and then add in a second clip and a third and a fourth and a fifth, and add as many clips as you would like. So now you know how to add clips together. Now I'm gonna show you how you can cut out a piece. So say you wanna cut out, so say we wanna cut out like this next clip right here. So what we would do is just go to like right here, and then all you have to do is hit this slice tool, and you're gonna put a slice right there, okay? Then we wanna cut out the rest of the clip. All right, so now we wanna scroll through the rest of this clip right here. Say we wanna cut that out. So basically we'll just put another slice right there, go back to the mouse tool, then all you have to do is right click on that one clip and you'll see it turns orange. Right click on that, and then you can just click cut, okay? So there's one thing you can do. You can just cut out a clip, right? And then you can also, and then you can grab this clip and move it over. And now that other clip, and now as you can see, that other clip is gone. So we got rid of that clip. So you can do that for anything you want. So maybe you download a video, there's some intro you don't want in there, then you can literally just take that slice tool, cut right there, and then grab it, right click, and cut it, okay? Now we got rid of that intro if there was an intro there. All right, and so now let's say that there was a watermark. Say that this score is actually a watermark. So there's a couple different ways you can get rid of it. You can just click on this up here and actually just zoom in and get rid of the clip if you want. All right, so now if you would like to add some sort of watermark into the video, you can also do import and then do media. And so then we can grab a picture. So say you have a logo that you would like to upload. So for now, we'll just do like this one. And we can just drop that in right here. All right, so now we have this watermark here. And then what we want to do is drag it across the entire video so that you have the watermark for the whole video. So now you can drag it across the whole video just like that. And then here's your timeline where you can go back down and make it smaller. So that will make the whole timeline smaller, which makes it a lot easier to edit. So I recommend doing that too. And then we want to make sure it's at the beginning too. So now we have the watermark through the entire video. Then you can click overlay right here. So you can hit right click and then do blend and then click overlay. And as you can see, that kind of makes it a watermark that is kind of see-through, which is really cool. So now you kind of have a see-through watermark with your logo. So that's another way, that's a way that you can add a watermark in there as well. If there's ever a change that you messed up on, you want to get rid of it, you can just, whatever your last thing you did was, you can hit edit and then undo, and it'll undo anything you did. And you can also hit Control Z. So I could just Control Z all the way back to before I added the picture. And so that'll get rid of anything I did that I didn't like. And so say like if there's like commentary that you don't really need and you'd rather get rid of it, because commentary is a good way of getting bots hit, right? So if you were trying to edit this video, you can literally hit right click on this clip and unlink, and then that'll unlink the sound from the video. Okay, see how they're two different things now? So now you can get rid of just the sound. So you can remove the sound, and now there's no sound. So then you can put music over it. So we can, and in another lecture, we're going to talk about where you can find royalty-free music that you can use. So this is how you can put music over the video. So now you know how to, put in multiple clips, put them together, put a montage together, or whatever you want to do. You know how to get rid of the sound. You know how to put a watermark on it. All right, so now I'm going to show you guys something that a lot of videos use, which is panning pictures and panning videos and zooming in and things like that. So if I pull in this picture right here and I put it above the timeline, then now it's just this picture, right? And so I can zoom in on this, and so we'll pretend this is just a picture that we want to zoom in on. All right, so what you want to do here is, and anytime you're editing something, you want to make sure it's clicked on in orange, okay? So this picture is what I want to mess with. So I'm going to right-click this and hit Make Composite Shot. I'm going to pick Editor Sequence and Move with Clip, okay? Then hit OK. And so now this is where I'm going to edit the zoom, okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and click. So now I'm going to go ahead right here and click this down, and then click the transform down, okay? And so now we have position and scale. All right, so scale is going to zoom it in. All right, so what we're going to do is, since we want it to zoom in pretty quickly here, so we're just going to move it to about right here, okay? And so now we're going to zoom in, and so as you can see, this yellow came in, and so that's where the zoom is going to basically end. So this part is the beginning, and then the yellow part is the end. All right, and now we're going to do the same thing with position. If you want to position the zoom to go somewhere else, you can just drag this up here, and we'll say we're going to zoom in on my face like that. All right, so now if we go ahead and go back in the timeline and play it, as you can see, it's zooming in on my face. And so a lot of videos do this, where they literally just put pictures together or videos together, and then they just like put commentary over the video, and they zoom and pan different clips to the left or to the right, or they zoom in or zoom out and all those sort of things. So now you know exactly how to do those things. And obviously this stuff's going to take you a little bit of time to figure out, even after this tutorial. But any questions you have, you can always type them in YouTube, HitFilm Express tutorial, and learn exactly how to do anything you want to do. And remember that it might be overwhelming at first, but pretty soon it'll be second nature, and you'll be pounding out videos really quickly. So just take the time to learn how to do this, and then once you know how to do this, it's really easy, and then you'll be putting videos together a lot quicker after you learn exactly how to do this. So don't get too overwhelmed with it right now. You will get faster at it, I promise. All right, and then once you want to go back to the editor, you can just click right here and click editor, and then as you can see, if we roll this back, now it goes into my picture and it's zooming in. If we want that to be faster, we can go back to the composite shot, and we can move this closer like that. And now as you can see, it's going to zoom in even faster. And so you can play with that. And then panning and zooming is something that's really important, something a lot of videos do, and literally that's all they do on their videos sometimes. So really helpful information to know that as well. So that's some of the basic editing that you can do with the editor. So with this editor right here, you can literally do everything that you need to do. And then if you want to export it, all you have to do is hit File, then you can click Export. And so as you can see here, and so then you just choose where you want to put it. So you can put it in videos and hit save. And then you're going to be downloading in YouTube 1080p. And so then if you want to get out of that, you can just go back to viewer right here, and you'll be right back where you were. And so with exporting, it's going to be very dependent on your computer. So I have a really fast computer that I built for gaming, and so it's really fast. So, exporting might take longer for you based on your computer specs and how your computer works. But in general, editing speed and exporting speed for editing videos is all dependent on your computer. So graphics card and your CPU are really, really important for how fast a video is going to export. And so depending on what you have, it might take longer for you. We'll also talk about some other different editing techniques that you can use with different computers and things like that. But in general, if you're having trouble with exporting, you go up here to File and hit Options. And then you can change a lot of this stuff right here. It will drastically decrease the amount of time it takes to export a video, but at the same time, it won't look as good. And so there's tons of different options you can use. So what I recommend to do is to go on YouTube and type in HitFilm Express tutorial or HitFilm Express how to make export faster, things like that. So any questions you have with HitFilm Express, there's tons of YouTube tutorials. And so you can basically just type in HitFilm Express tutorial, type in whatever your issue is. And I do this all the time with Adobe Premiere Pro as well. When I have a question on how to do something like zoom in on an image or something like that, I'll just YouTube it. And then there's always a tutorial that you can watch that will help you figure it out. So, but one of the things you can do, you can move this down, do less frames per second. You can also try doing 720p. Which is still HD, but it's not as clear as 1080p. You can also move down the frames. So all these things are going to make a difference. So in general, you can play with these settings and that will change the amount of time it's going to take to export a video depending on your computer. Like I could probably bang out, so I could myself on 1080p, 30 frames per second, bang out this video in probably 10 minutes or so and it'll export. For you, it might be different with your computer. So you can Google or YouTube tutorials on how to make HitFilm Express settings that will actually make your export time faster if that's an issue for you. And so that's the basics on editing videos. And now we're going to talk about some other things you can do if you're getting hit by bots unfairly, and you shouldn't be. I'm going to show you some ways where you can do different things like remove watermarks, how you can basically do different things with filters and speed and zooming in and things like that that will get rid of some of the visual bots, some of the sound bots, and all those different bots that might claim videos unfairly.